course is the one that was presented yesterday, which is SEDU 201. We are recommending SEDU because in the test or the higher ed curriculum, we have primary education. And then we're talking about secondary education, so we are looking at secondary education instead of primary. That's why we have that. So the course objective, upon completion of this course, we are suggesting that teacher aspirants or students will be able to identify key physical features in Liberia, West Africa, and Africa. And then students will be able to describe population distribution, settlements, settlement patterns, communities, economic activities across Liberia, West Africa, and Africa. Also, another objective of this course we are recommending is that at the end of this course, the student aspirant will be able to explain the meaning and importance of civics and citizenship. They should also be able to categorize the types of government structure and their function. So now we move on to the content of this course that we recommend. So based on our lesson, we realize that it's important that student teachers have these skills so they can be able to effectively teach, our students. So first of all, they'll be taught on the physical features. Now, this course covers two broader areas in social science, that is geography and civics. So under the geography section, we have looking at the physical features of Liberia, West Africa, and Africa. So there we'll be talking about what you see, for instance, mountains, rivers, lakes, the flora, you just need them coming downwards. So also under geography, we have human geography, where we'll be looking at population distribution and settlement content, rural and urban communities, economic activities and livelihood in Liberia, West Africa, and Africa. And then we come down to the civics component of this course. Under the civics component, we will be introducing civics now. We are introducing civics at this point because when we reviewed the receipt certificate courses, we realized that there was nothing mentioned about civics near the introduction of civics. So we thought it was to bring it in this course that we are recommending. And at this juncture, we are going to be introducing civics, and we're going to be talking about the meaning and importance of civics, citizenship and national identity, civic education in schools, and civic responsibilities. Now also, on the civics, we'll be looking about the terms of government, that includes the unitary and federal government, and then also we'll be looking at governance structure, precisely the branches of government of Liberia, separation of power, check and balances. So that's the content of this course that we worked on today. And then we move on.
Hello. Imai Jimmy. I like this. On a serious note. Please go ahead.
So now we move on to semester 4. Like we said earlier on, practical was either initial or the original curriculum was given up to work. Now we are recommending that it goes to semester 4. And initially we had it as PED, which is primary education. And we are recommending that it be given a code SEDU, which is secondary education, 203 between the C poster. And then initially we had in the NCHE curriculum guideline, we had this code named Literacy and Social Studies Practicum. Now, it was more when we critically looked at that, we realized that we were actually using one stone to kill two birds, meaning the students are going to do practical literacy as well as social studies in this course. But then, looking at the fact that there is secondary education, more emphasis, a lot of work to be done in social studies, we are recommending the course be called Social Studies Practicum and then literacy be omitted from this course so that more attention and priority will be given to social science, which is a broad topic. So now we are suggesting that it be social studies practicum instead of literacy and social studies practicum. So upon proposing that, we went into the registration objective and content able to make some adjustment so that it aligns with the new title that we are recognizing as secondary schools now. So we say this course is a practical experience in social studies curriculum for grade 7 to grade 9, education, selection, and use of learning experiences, and development of lesson plans, and for teaching grade as the illustration of this course. Now we come to the objectives. Upon completion of this course, the teacher aspirant or student will be able to firstly analyze teacher, and that primary now we're going to teach that to junior, high, grade students, academic and non-academic interaction with social studies instruction. Also, upon completion, the aspirant teacher will also be able to reflect on the importance of using developmentally appropriate instructional strategies in social studies teaching. What are those strategies going to be preparing them so that when they go out to practice, they'll be able to apply the appropriate instructional strategies for teaching social studies. Thirdly, they will be able to plan culturally relevant and developmentally appropriate social studies lesson for junior high grades, students using the Liberia National Junior High Education Curriculum, and also employ inclusive instructional approaches. Now, as we go to our classrooms, we as the world is evolving, we are urged to prioritize diversity and inclusion, right? We give all of the strategies that we include everyone, irrespective of their learning disabilities or challenges. So we are also, emphasizing on this, also, I'll tell you also to implement social studies of the learning